Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robin, this is Digital Wilds, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas, the Bare Knuckle Run. In the last episode, we cleared out the quests in Nipton. We met the Legion for the first time, and we managed to clear out some ants despite having to load up on drugs to do so. Next, in this episode, we will be heading up towards Novak, and that's going to be a bit of a tricky proposition. So first things first, let's fast travel over to Nipton. Now, of course, we could clear out the Nipton Town Hall. I'm a bit reluctant to do that until later in the game when I've got a bit more in the way of damage output, but for now we need to be heading in this direction. Now, of course, the typical route out of Nipton towards Novak is that you would go over this way, up this road. There is an ambush that way, so instead we're going to be having to go a slightly different route. First, though, we're going to clear out some of the houses around Nipton and make sure that we've got everything that we're owed, and also defeat this scorpion I forgot was here. By the way, since last time I discovered that uppercut is a result of me getting 50 in unarmed, and it does plus 10% damage compared to a normal punch, so it's very useful to have. Unfortunately, it looks like I've been poisoned, so this is going to be fun. I don't have an antidote on me, so our main goal is just going to be to beat this thing and then sort out our health situation thereafter and hope the poison just fades. Fortunately, we picked up a couple of caravan lunches from the ranger at the last NCR outpost trip we did, and that means that we now have a decent healing rate going on, at least for a few seconds. Unfortunately, waiting for the poison to fade is going to be a fun experience. I'm reluctant to fast travel to a doctor since we've only just made it here. There's a couple of other scorpions around here, but unfortunately I know that poison stacks in this game, so I'm a bit reluctant to get into more fights than are necessary. We've got some Legion recruit army there and a machete. I'll take the machete, even if that's not particularly useful. And we got ourselves a laser rifle, which I believe is the first one in the game and is quite valuable. So again, another bug problem here. As with the ants, they don't turn very quickly, so if you can circle strafe, that makes life significantly easier for you. Plus, if you can cripple their legs, that will reduce their movement speed too. This obviously looks a little bit ridiculous, but it does work. I would love to have the Entomologist perk, because it would make this a lot easier, and in fact, getting those perks that increase our damage output against particular types of enemies are going to be quite important as we head through the game, because it's basically our only chance to get increased punch damage against people, particularly those like the NCR and the Legion who wear armour, which is obviously more difficult for us to penetrate. There we go, so that's the next of the Bark Scorpions taken down. Now that we've done that, we should be good to head out the back of Novak here. Oh, by the way, while we're here with the Bark Scorpions, might as well get the poison glands. We can go back and get those cooked up into a casserole in Prim. And go over here, and we'll just get ourselves the fast travel location for the start of Old World Blues. I am in no way ready to do Old World Blues, because there's lots of things in that DLC that have damage threshold that I do not want to deal with, frankly. But it's useful to know it's there. And we also need to head over in this direction anyway. So we're going to Skyrim our way up this wall, if we can, and head round the back of that ambush, steering well clear of the guys who might have a grenade rifle on them. Plus, while we're here, there's a extra fast travel location we can grab. Here we are. Oh. Okay, it's an abandoned shack, but there are raiders, and I'm in caution, so I'm just going to sneak away and quietly back off. Get ourselves a nice view here of the route over from the NCR outpost over there, past the back of Nipton. We'll be following this train route fairly significantly for a large part of the game, so it's useful to get a good overview of it. Okay, so don't want to head up too much towards that that pass. That place has raiders that I cannot take on in my current state. Might just get a quick heal up from some of our food as well. Drink of the dirty water. Gets us some rads, but is tolerable, and you can see our health starting to tick up there. I believe this little pool here is radioactive, but as I say, rad's not a huge problem, just as long as we can stay out of the way of damage. And the ambush should be going on down in that little valley down there. So the ambush is largely going on down in this... Oh, okay, I saw red compass ticks. Uh-oh. The bighorners do not like me getting close. Will not go near their young. Okay, right. There are the raiders. You can see them there, who would sneak up and attack me. And I'm going to try, without annoying the bighorners, to quietly skirt round. And I'm at... No, I don't mean you any harm, Mr. Sheep. No harm from me. Just trying to stay out of the way of those raiders. And if we head up here, we can get ourselves another compass tick. Now, we can't go in this building yet, but this might come in later in the game if that's the route we choose to go down. This is the Legion safe house. There we go. And not only does it have items for people who are liked by the Legion, it's got a campfire outside as well. Now, unfortunately, we can't continue going this way because down there is the nuclear test site, and that has some problems. Problems which are ghouls, including a Reaver, which I do not want to deal with, and a glowing one. You can see down there a couple of glowing ones. So I'm going to stay out of their way. What I need to do is continue heading along this ridge, and we'll start to see things in the distance that we can make good use of. So there's Searchlight down there, and Searchlight Airport. Again, Searchlight, another place where I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the main quest because it requires the ability to penetrate damage threshold, but we will do our best. And you'll see, down there, there's the ambush. They're waiting for me, and they're not going to get me because I'm staying well clear. The alternative to this is if you are heading through Nipton for the first time, you can tag along with the Legion party as they cross this this hillside. They are not particularly friendly, but they are not openly hostile, and they will fight any raiders who come after you while you're in their vicinity. So instead, just keep cutting through these hills, through the big corners, and over here we'll find ourselves a farm. And this is a nice safe location. You've got some water sources, you've got some fruit and vegetables you can loot, and not much else, to be honest. This is mainly here for lore purposes. This is implied to have been Ulysses' farm, back when he was still in the neighbourhood, before he went off to the Divide. We can grab the maize. Not many other living maize plants, to be honest. There's another one. A couple of crows around here, but otherwise nothing that wishes me harm. And an irradiated but quite powerful healing source. Okay, there we are. So I'm just going to run around and pick this fruit and vegetables. I'm going to want to start getting my survival up a bit, I think, because fruit and veg is basically an additional source of potential healing when my Stimpak supply runs dry, as it often will because I'm fighting at close quarters so often. There's basically very few fights in which I won't take any damage. So a quick game crash there, and I'm back in Nipton. A good reminder of why you should save regularly in Bethesda games. Fallout New Vegas has never been the most stable thing, and this is a fresh install, so there's no sort of anti-crashing mods or anything on it. I'm basically just trying to get through this fresh. So once I'm back over at the Wolfhorn Ranch, I will let you know. So once again, here we are at the Wolfhorn Ranch, and I'm going to pop inside and see if there's anything worth looting. Not least because that gives us a new autosave point, and this game is not the most reliable of things, as we've just seen. Ammunition box with some 357 in it, an armor locker with a Merc Cruiser outfit, not very useful, but, you know, bobby pin is worth having. Okay, other than that... Oh, we got the chopper, that's the unique variant of the meat cleaver. Obviously I'm not using it, but always nice to have. Tumblers today is the lockpick magazine, I believe. That's Locksmith's Reader, so Tumblers today must be the permanent skill book, in which case I will have that, because a lockpick increased by 3 is no bad thing at all. Now this... bridge is famously where we crashed last time. So hopefully we can get over it this time without issue. Yep, looks like it. And of course there's this scripted event where we've got a NCR trader with their caravan and their Brahmin. As well as a couple of mercenaries. And if you look down there, you'll see that we've got ourselves a Legion ambush set up. Now, you don't necessarily get attacked as part of this. I used to think you did, but it turns out it's just traders versus Legion. As long as we don't get any kills... the Legion should be okay with us. So I'm hoping if we can sort of good-naturedly distract them.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Yeah, so one of you is nice.
Hold your tongue, wastrel.
Oh wait.
True to Kaiser. Yes, yes, true to Kaiser. Yeah. Let's just stay out of your... Let's keep you out of the way of the traders so that they can survive. Because what I need to do is stick with the traders along the road as far as possible so they can deal with any raiders who come after me. Okay, the battle has begun. Usually the traders will win this because they've got laser weapons and they are up against these guys who are only recruits. If I had any of the moves that could knock down guys, that would be handy. But unfortunately, VATS is being very difficult at the moment. And for some reason it gives me a 0% chance to hit on this guy who's right next to me. Yep, nothing there at all. False to Kaiser! Okay, so I've done minimal amounts of damage and managed to aggro the Legion. So this hasn't exactly worked well, but they should manage to take these guys down. That guy's nearly dead. Yes, yes, attack me so the mercenaries can deal with you from a distance. There we go. Right, that's one Recruit Legionary down. I'm going to grab some food off him. One guy remains, and down he goes. So it looks like most of the traders have survived. Oh, there's one guy left over there who's dealing with the actual trader, I think. Just going to grab all this loot off these guys' corpses. Very nice. There's one legionary left. And looks like he's fighting unarmed, like me. Oh no, he's got some kind of knife, but yeah, he's running away like a coward, so he can cower as they destroy him. Come on, yeah, throw your spears at me, and then the mercenaries will deal with you. I'll be having that, thank you. They're not very good shots, these guys, are they? Come on. Down he goes. Oi! Don't shoot me, that was friendly fire. Okay, and we got some denarii out of that. It looks like most of these guys have survived. I'll
Hey there.
have a quick word with the merchant, see if he's got any stim packs. Got some purified water, I'll have that. Not much else, though. Yeah, just seems to be ammo, otherwise obviously we have no need for that. I might sell some of my weapons that are just sort of clogging up my inventory. Yeah, you can have the pistols and the boxing gloves, don't need those. Might as well get rid of the shop. I'll save that till I get to a better shop, actually. Brass knuckles can go, cleaver can go. Dynamite can go. There we go. And we're now nicely stocked up on caps, and we can stick behind these guys as they travel along the dangerous road ahead. Sadly, one mercenary didn't make it, and we are going to take their bottle caps and their fresh pear and their fresh apple and their laser pistol in tribute. We'll bury it somewhere nice. Also, over here, if you look by this billboard, there's a dead bright follower. They have a plasma rifle, which is in pretty good condition, and is 530 caps if you happen to get it this early in the game. So if we wait, those traders will move up along the road, and I think there's some NCR troopers as well, so hopefully we can use them as cover as we start to make our way towards Novak. Now what we've got to do is we've got to get through this valley down here, where there are a couple of gangs of raiders, and they are not really our friends, so I can see the Brahmin heading over that way, so we'll just follow them, and if needs be, we can lead the raiders into the NCR Ranger encampment, which is just round the corner. Yep, okay, so there's the raiders' fire. You can see it coming in on those Brahmin. Poor cows didn't really deserve that, but I suppose it's better than shooting at us. There's a serious battle going on here. Raiders should be easy to take down the legionaries because they tend to be wearing less armour. But yeah, there's a serious scrap going on, and frankly, I don't want much of a part in it. So if I can sneak by... Yeah, looks like the mercenaries have won that one. Excellent. There's another gang of raiders up there, but generally they won't come down this far. So, okay, another Viper gunslinger down. I'll take all his stuff. Someone's been melted into an ash pile. Submachine gun, very nice. And another Viper gunslinger here. So we're doing all right off the old bottle caps on this one, actually. They've lost their Brahmin, but they have survived personally. Now, that there is the Ranger encampment, so we should be safe from now on. I'm going to pop in here and say hi to these guys, because they're not going to survive very long, spoiler alert. Obviously, they've made this out of some kind of old caravan park where they just stacked all the gear on top of each other. You can hop over the fence like this. And yeah, Ranger Station Charlie. So there's someone in here who I think is the cook. Oh no, it's just one of the Rangers. Yeah, so this is clearly where they sleep. I wonder if there's anything worth having in here. Leaf blower if you need that for anything. I think there might be some crafting recipes that call for it, but I can't remember. Excuse me. Yeah, let me get out of your... Get out of the way. There we go. And now we're here. We can head in here and have a chat with the Rangers. They do form part of a quest later, but sadly...
Like civilians wander into military outposts.
Yeah, well, what about legionaries? Because that's going to happen soon. Right, so anything good to loot in here before it becomes dangerous to do so? There's a floor safe in here, which is stealing, but nobody sees me, so get loads of Radex and stim packs. That's a pretty good haul, frankly. I believe I'm on neutral karma, so I don't need to worry too much about that. There's very few karma checks in this game. Basically, it's just Cass will leave you if you're evil. But that, you know, could be worse. Relatively low rad water source in here, if that's your kind of thing. Otherwise, not much else. It's worth doing that floor safe now, because there will be a point when you come back and the whole place is covered in traps. So, yeah, it just makes life easier if you like avoiding death. Pre-war money. This isn't really worth taking rads for, but these boxes are sometimes worth checking. Nope, nothing worthwhile there. That was annoying. I'll probably get a rad heal at some point soon. I'm getting dangerously close to minor radiation poisoning. But now we should have a relatively safe, straight shot along this train track and into Novak. And it's not much to look at, but this is a bit of a safe haven. Not much bad ever really comes in here. And here we are, the land where the dinosaur looms, and we are nearly at level 6. I think over here we usually have a doctor. This is not her, she's just a Novak settler. But there are a few useful utilities floating around, mainly centered around this motel here. the titular no vacancy having lost a few of its letters. And yeah, Victor from Good Springs is usually there as well. Seems to have taken some damage, I'm not sure from what. What we will need to be doing for now is heading in... well, at some point we're going to need to head into the dinosaur and do some shopping with Cliff Briscoe, but actually I'm going to do something more important first. Ranger Andy's bungalow here. And, yeah, firstly, he's got DC Journal of Internal Medicine on his bed, which I'm just going to take into the bathroom for some light reading. Close that. And I'll nick that. And then consume that for +3 to medicine. He doesn't seem to mind. And it's obviously canonically logical that he would have DC Journal of Internal Medicine because he's trying to fix his leg. He's got a gammy leg from his exploits as a ranger. And he doesn't do much, and he's a bit sad about this. He used to work at Ranger Station Charlie. So he asked us to, so by giving him a speech check of 30, saying he's not useless, we can do the Ranger Takedown special move. And basically, this is one of the unarmed special moves. This game basically gave you extra attacks for when you were fighting at very close range. So what we can do is go into third person mode. If I am moving backwards and I do a power attack, I do that leg sweep, and I can knock enemies off their feet, which becomes very, very powerful as we level up our unarmed skill, because we'll get access to a move called Stomp, which does 100% bonus damage when you are against an enemy which is on the floor. So Cliff Briscoe's here. He's a nice guy, and we'll want to be doing some shopping with him.
His friends seem disappointed about it.
So Manny knows more about the guy who shot me, and we will have a look at the supplies that Cliff Briscoe has. Trade in those NCR dollars, for one thing. Can use a doctor's bag. Oh, no, these are just magazines, which aren't that great. A couple of stim packs worth having. Radaway. Yeah, sure, we can use some Radaway. Other than that, as I say, we're not using much in the way of... So rocket souvenirs, we could use a few of those, actually, but there is an easy way to get those. So what we can do... Door locked very easy. We are hidden, and once we've broken in there and are not trapped behind the door, we need to take a few of those rocket souvenirs. They're not marked as stealing, by the way, although this cupboard is radioactive. And we'll take the Sunset Sarsaparilla out of there as well, and we might as well have Dinky the T-Rex as well. Plus, don't forget, on this shelf, you've got that gun. That is stealing, but he hasn't seen us, so we can have that with his blessing. Well, not really, but without his curse. So, thanks, Cliff. And for now, turn your radio off so I don't get a copyright strike. We're going to head up to the dinosaur. And up here, we've got Manny Vargas.
What's going on, man?
I tell him I'm looking for the man in a checkered coat, and we've got a score to settle.
Well, listen.
So Manny used to associate with Benny, and needs us to clear out the ghouls from the Repcon test site to deal with the invasions of Novak that they have been initiating. Now, this is obviously going to be incredibly difficult to do if I'm not using weapons, because ghouls are tough, they're fast, and they attack at close range. Nightkin are tough, and they attack at close range, and I do not have the facilities to deal with them otherwise. So what we're going to do instead is the coward's way out. We're going to recruit Boone to help us. So he swaps out his shift with Manny Vargas, and here we go, the grumpy sniper. So we don't have enough speech to get past his speech check, but we can still get his quest by being nice to him in the speech options. So he's trying to track down the person who killed his wife. Now, there are a few ways you can do this. You can actually take a number of people and have them killed. But I know who it is, and it was Jeannie Mae Crawford, who runs the motel. Now, she is very easy to deal with. We just switch over to One for My Baby as the quest. She is in here. Now, obviously, you probably won't get the answer out of her too easily, but what you can do instead, especially while she's not in the room, is you can break into this floor safe, which is locked easy, and we grab the bill of sale. This is basically the agreement between her and the Legion to sell Boone's wife into slavery. Not very nice of her, I know, but nonetheless, what she did. So, now that we've got that, we have proof that it was Jeannie Mae Crawford. We need to go and find her. She'll be somewhere in town, and we can go get her shot in the head. So where is she? This is her house. She's asleep now, but I'll wake her up. Person I've never met before. Hello, nice to meet you. And come with me. There's something you should see in front of the dinosaur. Once she's over there, we need to pop on Boone's beret. Looking like quite the badass with my beret and my leather armor now, I must say. Although I'd like to get some better armor at some point. And she should, with any luck, though I don't know where she is. Yeah, finally she's out of the house. She'll come with us and stand by the dinosaur. I hope these traders don't see what's about to happen, by the way. It looks very suspicious if I were them. Cloudy Brahmin seems to have respawned, though, lads, if you were the guys from the bridge encounter. And yeah, we'll stand over here, wait for Jeannie May. And there we go. She is down. Excuses, merchants. Nothing to do with you. Jeannie May's safe key, we can grab that off her. If that's the way you get into the safe, if you don't have the lockpick required to unlock it, by the way, you can just steal it off her, out of her pockets. And we'll return to see Boone. Found the bill of sale, so he lets us get away with that, and we advance to level 6, which is very nice, and we get Boone's beret as well. Okay, so we've got the spotter perk from Boone, and crucially, we've gone up to level 6. So what are we going to need now? Well, very tempting to get an arm straight up to 70, because that unlocks some new moves, and I think that probably is going to be quite useful, but it might be nice to get science up for the purposes of this next quest. So I'll put some points in towards unarmed, but I'll also keep science ticking in an upwards direction. This, fortunately, gives us some interesting options. Our problem as this game goes is that we don't have very good ways to deal damage. Currently, we temporarily have Boone for dealing with the Repcon test site, but unfortunately, we don't have much way to do damage normally. So, Bloody Mess is tempting. 5% plus damage with every weapon. That obviously is not worth much in terms of fists. It's an extra sort of 0.25 damage per hit, but it can be handy in terms of rounding up into extra damage. Toughness as well is useful. Plus 3 to damage threshold. We do take a lot of damage, and that might be kind of handy, but we're doing okay for damage threshold at the moment. So, I think we can leave that till a later level. We want to take both ranks of that eventually. But I need to start thinking about how we deal with these things in the long run. I think there is an argument for a light touch, because plus 5% critical hit chance is really invaluable when you are playing as a fists-only character. But it's something I'm going to start doing some thinking about. So Bloody Mess for now, plus 5% damage, plus we might be able to knock some people into goo. And we'll start taking Boone with us. So no time to rest, let's head straight over to the Repcon test site. By the way, the first recon beret that Boone gives you is very, very good as a hat. Critical chance plus 5. It takes my critical chance from 7% up to 12%, which means that I go from 1 in every 14 shots doing a critical hit to 1 in every 8, which is much, much more valuable. Also, if we wait until 1 AM, which isn't very long now, first let's go speak to the McBride house. They've got a bit of a problem.
You're from out of town, ain't you?
Yep, and they tend to their flock of cows? No, herd of cows. And there's an attack about 1 in the morning, and we will see if we can catch whoever's responsible. Okay, apparently it's every midnight, but the culprit is still over there, invisible. It is, in fact, a Nightkin. And for some reason, haven't detected us and gone hostile. Now, annoyingly, we can't VATS them because they're invisible. Oh, we only get 50% chance. Okay, let's do it. Okay, we're getting in with a sneak attack on the Nightkin. But hopefully, Boone will be responsible for solving a lot of these problems. Okay, and the culprit is running away. We should be able to continue fighting them, though, because there's not that many places they can go. And with Boone's long-range fire, we've got a much better chance. That's right. Yeah, I'm punching a Nightkin to death. What are you going to do about it? Charge! I wonder if Nightkin can be knocked over, because this might be a good opportunity to show off my new ranger attack. This guy just keeps running away from us, though. He doesn't want to stop and fight, which is quite annoying. At some point, we'll be able to corner him, hopefully. Or drive him into the range of some of the NCR over at Helios 1. Either way, we should be able to get him. There we go. I'm getting some hits in gradually. It's just taking a while. Boone also not being very accurate is not helping. Right, we've got a fence over there. Where does this guy go if you keep chasing him? Likes to hide by rocks, I think. So it looks like there's some kind of pre-programmed path going on. Okay, we've managed to trap him on this rock. So we're stood on his head. Okay, this is the Ranger takedown move. And doesn't seem to work very well. But now...
Can't run from me.
No, nor from my punches. It looks like I got the final killing blow there, which is kind of cool. So anyway, we get from him the Screams of Brahmin, and we also get a minigun in absolutely terrible condition, which I wouldn't recommend taking unless you're trying to repair your own minigun, which obviously I'm not. So with that, we can now head back to the McBride household, and that's not really that worthwhile doing. It probably wasn't worth chasing him all the way over here, but it's an interesting little tidbit if you've never seen it. And obviously you will have gathered from that Nightkin are quite tough, so I don't really relish taking them on, and hopefully we can resolve this quest in a peaceful way. So over to Dusty and Alice, and let's see how they're getting on. No one's going to attack the corral. Although, that's a bit of a lie, actually, because the Nightkin that does that does return every night. Basically, if you're running a minigun, it's a good place to get loads and loads of free miniguns. And this gives us 10 Brahmin steaks from out of the refrigerator, which obviously takes us up to maximum weight capacity. But we can always hand stuff over to Boone if we need to, and I'll probably use some of these things down the line. So this is the trail over to the Rep Contest site. There's I don't think any other way to get in, so it's a cross we're going to have to bear going down this way. We've got a dead glowing one here who is frustratingly radioactive and has reminded me that I probably want to take some rad away. I've just dropped my NCR armour because it's in terrible condition and it weighs 26. And it's no better in damage threshold terms than my leather armour right now, so I think it's going to have to go. We can get some faction armour later if we need it, but generally I tend to find faction armour is not all that useful, particularly if, like me, you are playing a relatively peaceful run where you're unlikely to annoy too many people. Never actually punched a normal ghoul before, we'll see how we do. Oh, we do alright, actually. Although most of this is obviously going to be Boone carrying us. I'd rather not have to fight a glowing one up close, if I'm honest, because I don't like getting irradiated. Good opportunity for me to take a stim pack and draw some fire while Boone does the heavy lifting. You can see already we're getting identifiably more critical hits than we were before, which is nice. And I've managed to be killed. Excellent work on my part. Okay, so maybe even with Boone, these things are not particularly easy. So, second time around, we're going to make sure that we fall back behind Boone and let him deal out damage. There we go, couple of ghouls who are after us. And, yeah, open fire, sniper. There we go, that's one down. He's doing a much better job now. Although, a quick reload might not go amiss, pal. There we go, another one down. I might assist here with a couple of uppercuts. Honestly, though, I do very little. Also, they're obviously healed by radiation, which is not helpful when the glowing one does its little whoosh attack. There we go, and another one punched to death. So if Boone can start dealing with that glowing one. It finally goes down, and we got through that without too much of a problem. Stim pack on that feral ghoul there, which is very nice. There'll be more on the road ahead, unfortunately. The rest of the level we can probably get through without too much difficulty, but there are a couple of ambushes within the facility that are going to be a bit of a pain to sneak through. By the way, if you look in here, I've got an ammo box with some flamer fuel. Not that I'm going to be using that, but it can come in handy for selling. You can see from the ash piles here that there's been some laser weapon on Nightkin action, which basically is setting you up for the context of this mission, which is the Ghouls versus the Nightkin within the facility. Quick, easy lock on this ammo box. Gets us 3 frag grenades. Again, not hugely useful, but, you know. 5 frag mines in here as well. Relatively valuable. This chessboard has caps on it. Rather than trying to pick them off, just take the chessboard, gather the caps. I'm not sure if any of them are star bottle caps. I would hope so, but I don't know. And then go into your misc, and you can drop the chessboard. Plus there's 3 rounds of jet down here, and some Med-X. That's useful to have for me. And some Radaway. Not that there's many rads in this facility, but there are a few. So, also, hopefully, we'll be up to some more powerful armor soon, which will be very helpful for my fighting goals. Now, we need to get in here. I'm not hugely fond of fighting my way through the group of ghouls outside, so what we need to do is get a kind of high ground so that Boone can deploy himself quite effectively. So hopefully from here, he can start shooting down on them. You'll see we've got 4 down there, plus a couple up there. Now they're kind of coming in my direction, but it should hopefully give Boone a good excuse to open up on them. Boone? Boone, where have you gone? Oh, good. I've lost my sniper. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, let's watch the battle in action. There we go. He's quite effective, even with Charisma 1. And your normal ghouls are not tough enough that they're going to actually kill him, so... Also, I think we're not playing on hardcore mode, so that probably helps. And down they go. Lovely. So now I can Skyrim my way down that hill. And Boone should be able to quite easily take out the remaining 2 ahead of the front door. You can also sneak around the back, but I think there are ghouls around there as well, so it's not all that helpful, really. Now, we're going to get attacked within the facility, so our goal is going to be to rush to the quest point as soon as possible. Thank you, Boone, for being my shield. Oh, you're a roamer. Okay, we don't want to mess with you too much then. Thank you, Boone. Now, annoyingly, we're quite far from the next level up. Yeah, so there is a ghoul upstairs who wants us to come and help. If you look next to this dead Nightkin, there's a stealth boy you can have for free. There's also Dead Brotherhood Ghoul. And we've got to head over there as quickly as possible, which will mean going through here. There are some traps on the floor. You can deal with them quite easy if you've got a not terrible repair score. And again, we're leaning on Boone to do most of the heavy lifting in terms of the combat here. Including dealing with this guy. Oh, we got a critical hit there, so we managed to take one out in one hit. Very nice. Two Sunset Sarsaparillas here. Got to get some healing going on. So fortunately the Nightkin are all in the basement, and it's generally quite easy to avoid having to fight them. But, oh yeah, that ghoul there is obsessed with Boone, so I'll punch him in the back of the head. There we go. Good teamwork, Boone. Another dead bright follower here, some more microfusion cells and a laser rifle. Over encumbered, but I can fix that up with by combining these laser rifles into a better laser rifle. Not that I want to equip that, but, you know. Plus in here, another Sunset Sarsaparilla machine. Keep taking those, keep drinking them. Eventually we will get that blessed quest completed. Generally there's an ambush along here, although I'm not sure where it emanates from. I think it's around this corner. But I'm not entirely sure because I can't find the ghoul in question. Has he got a... Yeah, Boone's got his machete out. That never normally happens. Why hasn't he got his gun? Oh, hello. Oh, you're a roamer. Oh, you're a roamer, you're a roamer. Why have you got a laser... What? Boone, why have you got a plasma rifle? Please fight with your normal gun. Okay, we're on our own with the roamer because Boone has disappeared. This might be the end of us. When we hit unarmed 70, these guys will be a lot easier to deal with because we'll be able to do bonus damage to their limbs. But that's not a reality we've got yet. Finally, Boone's back and he's got his normal gun out, so he's stopped behaving weird. This isn't where we're meant to be, frankly, but until the ambush is over, there's not much I can do about that. Oh, there's so many roamers. I would have thought it would just be normal feral ghouls. This is getting a bit concerning because we can't deal with those quite as well. A couple of stim packs here, but we need to get elsewhere in the facility fairly quickly. Namely over here. Boone, I need some help. Nope, here he is. Boone, if you could deal with this guy, that would be ideal. Getting a nice quality laser rifle there, actually. If I was using guns, that would be quite helpful. But no. We've got a door here which is locked easy. Gonna crack my way into that just for the XP. Hopefully Boone can help us deal with this roamer. Thank you, Boone. And there we go, Bloody Mess activates. And we also get a Fistful of Hollows, which is a challenge perk from, I think, Gunrunner's Arsenal. And not much in here, to be honest. We've got a few things for making weapon repair kits, which are solely useless for me. Rebound isn't bad. And we found the back entrance to the facility. Again, not hugely useful, but has some potential. If we head through here, we should be able to clear out the final ghouls. Yep. He's just a normal feral, so nice and easy to take out, even with my pathetic punches. Yeah, Boone, if you could help, that would be nice. Yeah, finally he's decided to help. I don't know where he got that plasma rifle, but he seems very keen on it. There we go. Okay, and I think we are now relatively safe. Unfortunately, that's not really helped my ability to get through to where I need to, so I can crack my way through this door, and that helps us through to the upper area. Through here, we can get into this facility at the back. There are a couple more ghouls, but hopefully, if we can navigate the terrain easily enough, we can get up to the relevant door without having to fight any of them, or at least without putting myself in harm's way rather than Boone. Yep, here we are. Okay, so we are in to the Sane Ghouls area, which is very nice.
You ugly.
Apart from Chris Havisham, who is not a ghoul but thinks he is. So we need to go and speak to Jason Bright, who should be upstairs. We've still got the combat music, which isn't ideal. The normal ghouls are not helping, but I just hope Boone doesn't accidentally shoot one of them. This guy's trapped on scenery, so I can punch him to death. Yes, indeed. Sorry about that. And Jason should be upstairs. He's a glowing one, so he's relatively easy to spot. Okay, usually he's upstairs. I don't know what's become of him on this occasion. There is, however, some Radaway and some Radex. I'm not sure why the ghouls have this, because Rads are good for them. But nonetheless, if we head down here, we should be able to find Jason. Yep, here he is.
Hello, Wanderer. Please forgive us our humble surroundings.
There we go. We've come to help him complete the great journey. And the demons are in the basement. Those are the Nightkin. And we can take care of them for him. Now, you'd think this would mean a fight with the Nightkin. It needn't necessarily.
Hey there.
Chris, how have you got out of there? Do be careful, Chris, because even though you think you're a ghoul, I don't think the feral ghouls agree and will try and kill you. Okay, so down here into the basement, this lovely blood splatter pattern. What we need to do is basically head straight down the hall, do not stop, do not engage with the Nightkin, and head into here. So we are going to deal with Davison, who is the leader of the Nightkin. No, we're not an assassin. Antler is the skull. Do not touch it in any way or he will go hostile. And he's Davison, and he's heard there are stealth boys here. Now, what you have to do is find out what happened to the stealth boys. And in exchange, they'll agree to leave. Now, what we can do is immediately head out of here, turn right, and there'll be a room with a ghoul who has been shooting the Nightkin dead as they try to enter. And this is where they think the stealth boy is. Yeah. You don't look like the other ghouls. He's not part of the weird religious cult. And we can promise to rescue his girlfriend in order to get him out of there. But she's already dead, and it's quite difficult to... It's quite difficult to get to her because you have to go through like several rooms full of Nightkin, one of which is locked behind a key, so you have to kill Nightkin to get there. And I would rather actually just fight him because it's just him. There's some mines here. You've got to be careful. Yeah, I need explosives 28 to get rid of that, which I do not have. So, hoping that Boone does not set off these mines, we're just going to go up and fight him. Which he's not going to like, but needs must. Yep. So he's coming for us. No, I don't like that. Oh, God, he does a lot of damage as well. So, Stimpack. I'm going to take a Psycho. I'm going to take a Medex. I don't know what else I can take, really. Yep, just going to have to be it. And hope that Boone can do most of the damage. Right, there he is. We've got him on VATS. Let's uppercut him. He doesn't have much in the way of damage threshold, which is our one saving grace. And yes, Boone managed to explode him, which is excellent. Hunting rifle, if that's your sort of thing. Quite good quality. And we get Harlan's key. And thank you, Boone, for rescuing me there. I'm going to drop the bandolier armor again. And now that we've got that, there's no further traps up here. We just got his supplies, and if we head over to this computer here, read through the files, you will read that the shipment was sent back. Basically, people were misusing the stealth boys for implied lewd purposes, and so as a result, they were returned. But the CEO of the company did keep some for his own personal use, which I found quite an entertaining touch. So anyway, with that knowledge in hand, we can head back upstairs, and without starting a fight with any of the Nightkin, we can talk to Davison. There's no stockpile of stealth boys. They were sent back here by mistake, and they will now leave. And fortunately, any that were hostile are now not hostile, and Boone will not shoot them. So we got very lucky there, because Boone almost started a fight. But now that they're gone, the only problem in here is the feral ghouls, and Boone and Davison getting in each other's way. By the way, now that the Nightkin are gone, you can head down here without causing a problem. There's not much to get, because, as I say, you can't get into the room where the ghoul's girlfriend was, because they have taken the key with them. But we got a Brahmin steak out of there. Refrigerator has several bits of food. This cupboard's got a lot of things for making weapon repair kits and so on, if that's your sort of thing. Not really mine, but can be useful if that's what you're after. And on this lower floor, you'd usually fight a couple of extra Nightkin who would have a key to the back room. There we go, requires key, and that's where the ghoul's girlfriend is, if that's what you're, if that's the way you're playing this quest. Yeah, materials for a weapon repair kit, but ultimately don't need that. It might be useful for sort of money purposes to have a weapon repair kit, because I can repair up valuable guns and then sell them, but honestly, nah. So with that, back upstairs, we can tell Jason Bright that the demons have gone.
Is the way clear?
Yep. And now we can follow him downstairs as they start to get these things going. So now we can follow him downstairs as they start to get their plans in motion. And their plans involve rockets, as you can tell from that spacesuit. So if you follow them all the way down through Davison's old room, there's a radioactive room here, which can be looted if you want. There's generally not anything in here that's all that useful, but there is a reloading bench if that's your sort of thing. And in here, this is where we'll be watching things proceed. But first things first, you want to grab this. This is the spacesuit and the spacesuit helmet. They are actually quite good armor. I'm going to be equipping it because it comes at basically full condition. Rad resistance plus 40 and damage threshold 10 is very, very nice indeed. Plus damage threshold 4 for no weight from the helmet. I like my first recon beret because of the extra critical chance, so I'm going to be taking that. But you know what? Damage 14 for a suit of armor at this point in the game, very good. We are very grateful for your help, he says, and we need to help Chris out to deal with his fact that he's not a ghoul and so wouldn't survive the journey. But obviously we've got to deal with him first in order to get these rockets working.
Jason says that I am to cooperate with you.
Yeah. How can I help? Need these two components. So the igniting agent is from, we can get that from the rocket souvenirs. There's another way to get this from a guy called Mr. Radical, who's out by Novak. But he is in an area that is frequented by geckos and golden geckos, which I'm not in a state to fight, even with Boone's help. So instead we use the rocket souvenirs because it's easier. And I'm going to go get the other part of the quest, which is that we need some parts from Old Lady Gibson. Which we can go and buy, or we can go and steal, or we can kill her and take them. As usual, we get the New Vegas range of options. So that's now marked on the map. If we fast travel to Novak, we can head up and get those fairly simply. In this dumpster here, by the way, there's 2 full Sunset Sarsaparillas, so I'll take those and drink them just to top up our HP. And this over here is Old Lady Gibson's scrap shop. She does not sell a huge amount that's useful, but there's a couple of things that are interesting about this place. One, it's where you get one of the brains for Rex when you're doing his quest. 2, she's got a unique variant of the sawn-off shotgun as her weapon. You can only get that by killing her. And she's also got the parts we need for this quest. Yeah, so she has the thrust control modules, but they are 500 caps. You can either barter her down or speech her down. I don't have either. What you can also do is sneak in and take them, except that she obviously has a shop full of dogs. Dogs being perception 10, I believe. This is actually quite hard to do. I think they are in one of these boxes here. Oh, it might be the one that's locked average, in which case I don't have a chance of getting in there. In which case I don't really have a choice. I can either kill her and take them, or I can Yeah, or I can just pay for them. And I think, unfortunately, it's going to have to be the latter, because I don't want to get in that fight at the moment. Also because she's useful later, and, you know. Yeah, 500 caps, fine. By the way, you can see there on her hip, that's the unique shotgun. It's got 3 barrels. It's quite interesting. So we've got the thrust control modules over to Rip Contest site. I don't mind 500 caps, really. We're kind of swimming in money. And if we head over to the secret entrance to the facility, which is down here, we can get those set up with Chris. Yep, thrust control modules, here you go. Rocket's set to go. Let's have a quick chat with him, because we need to... yeah, we need to convince him he's human. He was human once, and left his vault because he was going bald. If we Black Widow him, I think he thinks we're being sarcastic, but I might as well do it.
Oh no. How could they do this to me?
Yeah, it gets the quest to where we need to go. We don't want to sabotage the rockets, because that would be bad. We want to help them get working. You'd never forgive yourself, and they'd take you if they could, Chris, but you'd die. They're going to revere you as a saint, and you're all right. There's a town called Novak on the road. Head down there, you'll move in with Manny Vargas, he'll be your new boyfriend, it'll be great. So, with that done, the rockets are ready indeed. And I might as well do some energy cell recycling, just to get our achievements up for recycling things. So, cut off Jason Bright's message there, but we need to head back up to his facility and activate the rockets. Don't know why Chris couldn't do this himself, but clearly they needed someone to help out. And if we had good enough science, we would be able to improve the rocket's flight trajectory, but I suspect that we don't. What do we need for that? 55, yeah. So I don't think I have that. My science is only about 25, so... Yeah, science is 35. If I had something that would improve my science and then maybe a magazine, but I don't seem to have either of those, so unfortunately, yeah, that's something we can't do. Unfortunately, we just have to push the button and get them going. Unfortunately, even though we haven't improved the trajectory to get them closer to their destination, the rockets, without our sabotage, should work. And there they go, and there we go. We should get the biggest XP dump we've had so far in the game. Yeah, we're liked in Novak, and we get ourselves 800 XP, which is very nice. Takes us way up into level 7. So with that, we can get the Vital Unarmed 70, which gives us access to extra attacks. Let's see, what else do we need? Speech up to 40 is never bad to have. Might as well get Survival up to 30. Lockpick and Science are going to need to start moving in a positive direction. I'd like to get to the point where I can get Science within a the Programmer's Digest of being able to do average hacks. That would probably be quite helpful. So there we go. With no perk on this level, it's time for us to head back to Novak. Another classic New Vegas crash there, but we've managed to reload quite a lot closer to our original destination this time. So now we can head back through the facility and back to Novak. And now that we're back in Novak, I'm sorry, Boone, but your services are no longer required. So he's going to hang around the dinosaur again, and we'll be seeing him later, I'm sure. And as you'll see here, Chris Havisham has found a happy life here in Novak. He lives with Manny Vargas now, who we're going to go visit at the moment. Although I can't seem to find him. Presumably he's up in the dinosaur. We did indeed. So now he's going to tell us that the guy has gone to Boulder City. And fortunately, we should be at enough renown and speech skill that we can get away with doing the Boulder City Showdown without any violence, which is just how I like it. Now, annoyingly, we're going to have to make our way there via a route that involves some potential for violence, which is obviously not ideal. I don't know if there's an easier way to do it. There are obviously caravans that head along that way, but you've kind of got... You've got Helios 1 on one side, and you've got Bugs on the other, so it's not a particularly great route. So for now, I think we're going to leave things off here, and we'll resume next time as we head up to Boulder City and find out a little bit more about where Benny's gone, and meet up with the Great Khans. So thanks very much for watching and listening. I am Robin. This has been Digital Wilds, and I have been playing Fallout New Vegas, the Bare Knuckles run, looking incredibly sci-fi as we head into the next part. And if you want to help me grow this channel, you can always subscribe, and I'm also on Patreon at patreon.com/digitalwilds. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.